Hi there, I'm Shoddy. Welcome back to episode 3 of Betrayal at Krondor. We left off, we were just searching the roads for more treasures and fights to level up some more. And I think we were... yeah, there we are. We're at Egley. I think I have to open the doors of the houses and talk to the people. We'll go to Tinner's. And then... I guess we'll go down this road, turn around, come all the way back, and then go down this road. And then we'll finally end up at Krondor. Somebody in my chat mentioned last stream that you could explore everywhere in chapter 1, but I don't necessarily need to do that. Chapter 2 has you coming from Krondor over to here, I think, or something like that. If you want to find more episodes or other games I play, you should check out the live tab on my YouTube. I appreciate any follows or likes and subscribes I get over there and over here. If you're watching the VOD, thank you very much. Really help out. I'm trying to get 25 follows on Twitch, and then I'll be one more step towards affiliate. That might take forever to get, but that's fine. Alright, let's open these doors. No one lived here in some time. I might have already clicked on all these, but I don't recall if I have. Place is abandoned. Maybe the occupants left something. I take it I haven't been here yet. Building appears to be abandoned. They locked up after themselves. Think we should take a shot at opening it up. Sure. Buckler frowned. Peering through the hole into the inner workings of the lock, he saw nothing within that gave him cause to be enthusiastic about the chances of getting in. The lock takes a very special key and is clearly not pickable. If we want in, we'll have to find the key. Well, I bought this key. Doesn't fit. Doesn't fit. Doesn't fit. Doesn't fit. Broke the pick locks. Right. Oh, it's lived here in some time. Where is everybody? Rapped on the tavern door when it was apparent no one was coming to open up. Luckily shrugged. Well, it would seem the common folk have taken Prince Arutha's laws to heart. Doors only open from midday to midnight, he said with a sigh. I suppose someone had to ensure the farmers weren't drinking when they should be in the fields. Sometimes it really takes all the fun out of life. No one's lived here in some time. I'm not looking for any Discord friends. Sorry, man. Nobody lives in Egley at all. Except for the tavern. And I guess we'll dig the graves up. First saw Amberton. Lost his wife, then took his life. Would we dig up the grave? Yes. Just a body. Parker Biddle dug his own grave. Cool. Another shovel. Algan Trent wanted to be a prince. Just a body. Grisham Pruitt. His ends justified the means. Or his end, it might have said. Warning, the fiend trapped beneath the stone by dirt, not by death. Stay away. Ground was too hard. Clicked on that one, but did I get these two? That one. Unknown. A lovely lass found beside the road. Just a body. Olive Aberton. Rest easy, my darling. Just a body. There's two of them I haven't got. This one. Stell Laram. She died in her lover's arms. Maybe 100% sword is worth some money? I don't know. Barlow Flynn. May the death goddess treat him well. Body. What direction was I going again? South. was the purpose of this other branching path? Or was it? There wasn't. Something shiny caught Gorth's eye. Bending down to take a closer look, he brushed aside several layers of dirt, and scrub brush revealed a badly damaged suit of elven armor. Pulling on the suit to remove it from the ground, he was surprised at the ease at which it was able to free it. It's obviously been buried. It had obviously been buried by something other than the years. Strange, these tracks near the armor I found appear to be elven, judging by the patterns of their footwear in the dirt. What is strange, elves travel these roads frequently, I would imagine. What I find puzzling is the band appears to have traveled this way from Eggley, but right over there you can see they stopped for a while, then skirted west to the road back toward town. What does it mean, Gorth? There's no one in town. Me. It's the road east to Sethanon. I don't think we need to go there yet. Oh, there's a little post and stuff over there. The small house, it turns out, was home to a slight balding historian named Kellen, who talked of the ancient Heru and the relatively recent cataclysm near Sethanon as he got them some fresh water for their packs. The folks I've interviewed, the ones living near Sethanon, say they thought the world was coming to an end, like the fabric of heaven was being turned back upon itself, revealing another universe in the skies. And they talked about the explosion and fearsome flying beasts circling in the sky. His voice trailed off. I think it may have something to do with the dragon lords who once roamed freely on this world. One day I'm going to figure it all out. Luckily laughed. I'm sure you will, Kellen, someday. When you do, I'd like to read that book. In the meantime, thank you for the water. Goodbye. Oh. Mist floated in the past. The road leads to Sethanon to the east, Locklear said, though I believe it also forks to the north and leads through the Dimwood Forest. Which way do you think would be best? No. Uh-oh. Preoccupation had dulled his senses. Aware as if someone had thrown water over him during a pleasant dream. Locklear grabbed Gora's shoulder. Don't move, there's something very not right about the ground before us. Why is one crystal different than the other? Oh. Can't push this one? This object will be pushed, but it doesn't go. Won't I be hit by this fireball if I go forward? Yes. How bad that hurt? 60. I didn't really solve that trap. I wonder if you're supposed to push the empty crystal into the real crystal. I don't know. It's just the same farmhouse. Just turned me around, did it? Different town. The house was not in good repair. Dark green moss covered parts of the door and was visible in several large patches on the front slats. Locklear's attention returned to the door as it slowly swung open. A foul, musty smell filled the air as an elderly woman appeared in the doorway. She was dressed in a tattered shawl and wore a different shoe on each gnarled foot. "You one of them shadow people? I hate them shadow people," she croaked. Her look of contempt suddenly turned to fear. "They're everywhere, you know. Could be slipping in my door right now." The thought obviously terrified her. Without warning, she disappeared into the house, slamming the door. What town is it? Hanners. The shop was littered with cast-offs, forgotten trinkets, lost items which few would want or need to reclaim. Here it seemed that tarnish and rust were the things that were prized, the items to which they clung of only a secondary value. I don't have that key yet. I don't know if 11% armor is better than 93% kingdom armor. I don't know if they have... What's the word for that? The condition affects the armor value. Worth tried the door. The building appears to be abandoned. They locked up after themselves. Should we take a shot at opening it? Yes. Open with the peasant's key. How about we work on our lockpick? Nope. Peasant's key it is. With a pleasant click, the key turned in the metal lock. Let's take a look at what's inside, Locklear said. This is abandoned. I think this horn of Algon Cocoon. Reinforced at the bell and mouthpiece with brass collars. Locklear struggled to imagine the beast from which the horn had been harvested. Well, possible it would come from a mature dragon. No man alive would dare fight such a creature for so trivial a trophy. Puzzling too were the dog shapes carved onto the horn. I think it summons dogs when you blow on that, which help you in battle. Locklear rapped on the tavern door. I read this already. It's not open till noon or midday. Someone's been here sometime. This stuff helps repair bowstrings. I believe. Yes. Is that weaponsmithing? Weaponcraft. Oh, bad guys. Enemy was not surprised. Hello, Cyrus. Any treasures off the road? Puzzle box. They feel no pain, no sorrow, no greed. They have no anger, no hatred, or no need. Nor need. Probably the dead. Hooray, a torch. Getting low on rations. Oh, more bad guys. I think this is a save button. Left click to save bookmark. Okay. Okay. No treasure. I read this one, since we didn't make the surprise. Give me some food, guys. I forgot to repair my armor and stuff last round. Spoiled food. I don't think I need any more arrows. Oh, what the heck. Oops. The world map. Getting close to Krondor. I don't really want to go there yet, so... Which roads lead where? That's the road to Krondor. This is the road to the east. We haven't done the road north, is I guess where I want to go. There's probably a treasure here if I remember right. Am I where I said? Yes. I see no treasure. Never mind then. Alright, we want to do the road north just to find more treasure. Let's double check this is the right road. It is not. Uh-oh. This is what I get for looking in the wrong map mode. Oh no, there's 5 of them. Try a fireball. Yeah, I hurt my own guy for 5. I don't remember it being so splashy, but I don't remember everything in the game. Oops. Oh no! That's not good. We can't hit anything. Come on. Fine, we'll try a swing. Dorth, you must hit him. Oh no. You're not allowed to run away. Oh no. Did the wrong thing. This guy should be really weak. Oh. Come on. A gasp escaped Owen's lips as he levered himself into an upright position and looked over his wounds. I think I'll amend the plan. My wounds are mortal. You go on without me. No one gets left behind, Gor shot back angrily. No one. Get your things and we move. We'll find a healer for you along the way who can help. Party's abilities have increased. Tell me how many hit points he has? 1. Near death. Gonna need some rations if I'm gonna rest through this. I can't share with the party. Body I just checked. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. Or did that. So, in order to heal these guys, I'm gonna have to drink a lot of potions. Can't carry that. No, that was probably not worth it, but whatever. Better than save scumming every time. Alright, show me more treasures. And I guess I'll save. More bad guys. Luckler charged forward. Caught off guard, their opponents scrambled around helplessly before finally squaring off in a defensive position. Exploiting their momentary advantage, Luckler barked several quick commands and prepared to join the battle. Only two of them. Another shovel? I don't think we need that much stuff. I wonder if it stacks, actually. No. There's an off-road here, but there's no loot. Darn. Lots of off-roading to do around here. More bad guys. The enemy was waiting for them. What is the yellow potion? Fatamor's formula. Infamous by reputation, the notorious strength potion had on several occasions disrupted proceedings at Lancers tournaments, expressly forbidden because of its unbalancing effects in combat. It still commanded high prices from soldiers looking to advance their positions with employing lords. Strength potion. Side of the road, didn't I check? What's in the barn? The air rippled, as if the world about them were nothing more than a curtain to be yanked aside. 4 figures warped in existence before their very eyes, all Moradel and all armed. One of the assassins, dressed in finer wear than the 3 who flanked him, bared his teeth as he spoke. Gorith. Lychan Choi Neked Sedu Delicon. Bakalal Edahel. Gorith? Buckler glanced questioningly at his companion, watching as the Moradel withdrew his own weapon, his black gaze fixed on the others of his kind arrayed before them. Defend yourself, Gorth rasped coldly. No moss trooper this, but a sorcerer, Nago. One of those that are said to have served Delicon before the coming of the Six. He is known as the most powerful magician of my kin. Only we 3 or he will see the next morn. What? How did he go so far? Chase him down, Locklear. $60. Oh, yeah. We might end up loading this one. What did that do? 30. How long until that spell wears off? Do I want to drink all those potions again? Locklear paused before the large wooden barn, the memories of combat still fresh in his mind. He gently pushed on the door and slipped inside the quiet darkness. Finally convinced it was indeed empty, he came out shaking his head, then motioned for them to leave. Oh, look at this. Sword. It just equipped it? What happened to his other sword? Oh, I see it. They traded. Interesting. Two-handed broadsword. Lacking the sharp and drooping quillions of the more basic kingdom broadswords, two-handed variety had much to recommend itself. Heavier than the simple broadsword, the two-handed variety was broader bladed and therefore more likely to hit and harm its intended target. 8 plus strength, 10 plus skill, 21 plus strength, 0 plus skill. I think that's better than that. We'll have to find more of those in the next chapter, I hope. Uh-oh. We had. Oh, that's not good. Alright, looted this guy and the purple guy. Master, we have placed the false notes concerning an attack to the south of Tanners and chests you requested. Providing they gain access to those messages, they should fall most blindingly into your elegant trap. I applaud your stratagems. Vedra. That. I don't know the food now. Yep, right out of food. Alright, well, hopefully we can make it to the next town without too much trouble. Sarth. Or we could turn around. Oh, there's a temple right there? I could have paid the temple to revive my guys. Oh well. Read this before. Now we have Sung Silban Bishop Ilian. Locklear asked to see the High Priestess. She can't see you. Turning, they noticed another hawkish-looking priest half hidden in the shadows of the colonnade. His eyes rimmed red. He rubbed vigorously at his face before standing next to his fellow priests. Mariah and I just put her to bed half an hour ago. She awoke screaming this morning. The two priests exchanged a significant look, but the meaning of it was lost on Locklear. Is she ill? He interrupted. No, the taller priest said with assurance. It is only a symptom of things that have been going on here for a short while. It will pass. You sound very certain, Kellen, the other priest said, angrily. None of us has slept well in weeks. Our healer is so exhausted that he may not even find so much as a finger pricked on a spindle. There's something evil at work here. Bemused, Locklear looked at Kellen. Why would someone be trying to keep you from sleeping? Who could do it? Both priests shrugged. The purpose is beyond us, but we know that whomever is responsible is a magician and very close by, the shorter priest replied. I've also sensed in his dream sendings that he has others with him, soldiers perhaps. I don't actually believe he means to communicate with us, but instead with someone far away. Either way, I don't believe any of us shall have an hour's rest until he is dead or we discover what he wants. Seeing that Locklear had suddenly grown silent, the priest asked what was the matter. Quickly, Locklear explained that their encounter with the Moradel spellcaster Nago, and the fact that it was probably the cause of their previous distress. But this is wonderful news, Kellen said, clapping his hands. Things will improve here once we've all gotten our sleep. Perhaps our healer is already rested. He might be able to bind your wounds if you are injured. We shall also see you rewarded, the other priest insisted, despite Locklear's persistent shaking of his head. Do you have any spells I might learn? Owen interjected, seeing the anger flaring in the Seigneur's eyes. He quickly amended, if there are other magicians like them, it might be prudent for us to be better prepared to meet the challenge. Kellen nodded. I have one such spell I can teach you that will allow you to protect yourselves, as others will stay here. Locklear nodded his reluctant assent, taking a seat next to the reflection pool, motioning for Gorth to do likewise. Wordlessly, both sat down, prepared for a long wait, chatting warily with the other priest of Sung. After several hours, Owen returned. Light smile flickering on his eyes. A wonderful spell, he whispered in Locklear's ear. I can't wait to try it out and practice. Don't be too eager, Locklear shot back. I'm not quite in the mood to run across another Moradel anytime soon. Thanking the priest for their kind reward, Locklear turned and escorted his companions out of the courtyard. I wish I wouldn't have drank all those darn potions. Now I can't rest because I don't have any food. My men will be starving. How close are we to Sarth? Not bad. But I must check behind this mountain. Uh-oh. Already hungry. Oh! Locklear noticed a circle of holes, instant taking over where common sense had failed him. He shouted for stillness. Don't move. In our daydream, we allowed ourselves to wander straight into a trap. But I haven't quite figured out how to use these traps yet. I'm gonna get zapped if I walk there. Did that do anything? Nope. Got zapped anyways. Whoops. Hopefully there's some food in these boxes. If I save? Why not? You see it about in field and town. It cannot get up, but will often fall down. Rain? No food. I read one of these already? Army of the Upright Man. I have read that. In effect, player statistics. Bleh. Swolag, the famous Moradel craftsman, guarantees his work until the end of time. Name is Gallows backwards. Gallos. No. O-W-S. Gallows. I don't think that's it, but... Like sorcery? No. Hangman? These no more fights before I get to that place. I guess I was supposed to push the empty crystal out of the way and then push the heavy crystal for that trap. Point of that road. Need rest. I don't feel well. This is probably Sarth. The path turned. After a few minutes of traveling, the road bed began a steady rise, spiraling around the base of the sheer rock-faced hill. Starth, you probably have enough time to drop in for a brief visit, and it might break up the monotony of the road. Want to take a look? Yes. Cool. What are we entering? The forest? Temple, shop, no tavern? There's an enter there as well. Oh, see if they got any food. Stardock Annex. Owen ogled as he picked through the assortment of magical items which had been laid out in the improvised store. Many of the items had been marked by tags that indicated they had been sent from the Academy of Magic run by Pug of Stardock. Hooray, food. I carry food. I think there's a quest later on that I need some gems for, but I can't remember which ones. What was this book for again? Lightning staff. Well, I can't afford that. Enchanted corals. Archers instantly knew it on sight. Flights misaligned on the shaft, head malformed, spine too rigid to allow level flight. It was a disgrace to any who crafted arrows. And yet the enchantment worked into the misshapen bolt by its sorceress maker had made it a peerless coral. Oh, restoratives. Well. Give everybody 10 of those. Well, maybe just 5. Dragon's Breath. Despair thy eyes. Flamecast. Skyfire. Eyes of Ishap. Nightfingers. Nacros Cicatrix. I have no idea. Skin of the Dragon. Thoughts like clouds. This. Library. A supernatural silence reigned in the vaults under Sarth, a perfect stillness which was unbroken even when a priest would accidentally let fall a book while searching the shelves, or when someone would sneeze while opening a dusty volume. It was as if time itself had been frozen here, trapped between the wooden cases like pages within a book. Righty then, well. The shelves were overburdened, massive books which all appeared to be older than anything Locklear could imagine. Most of the works in the section appeared to be concerned with the theology or philosophy. Not as well versed in the history of the gods as he would like, he reached for a less intimidating looking volume and began to read. Oh my goodness. Having expected by the title to find the book about Dala, the protector goddess, he was surprised to find that within it seemed to be a registry of the names of people who regularly attended services at the temple. Although included was a special page which seemed to be a proclamation made by the priests of the temple of Dala. Henceforth let it be claimed, blessed of Dala be the daughters of Flendol Halfgate, so named Thea, Andrea, Gina, Sarah, Kira, and Larissa, who in good mercy hath been right worthy and true to the goddess, having provided much needed leather goods, grain, and entertainment for the woefully poor in their hour of need from this day in the second year of the reign of good King Liam the First. Forever shall your issue be watched over by the fortunes of the goddess. Okay. Gore smiled, pleased to find something in the vaults which appealed to his interest. He thumbed through a book which apparently had something to do with combat techniques. Goreth scoffed as he began to read. Realizing the author had little or no idea about the actuality of fighting hand-to-hand, disgusted with it, he shoved the work summarily back into the slot from which he had pulled it. Examining the shelf full of volumes, he muttered to himself, there must be another book. You're more helpful than that one. Owen scowled. The books arrayed before him all concerned theories of finance, a subject which his father had long ago exhaustively bored him with. Well, he thought he would never again be interested in the subject. He found himself reaching for one of the volumes. Immediately upon opening it, he discovered it was a simple ledger containing only row upon row of numbers, which didn't seem to add up properly in his head when he ran his finger across the columns. Closing it with a snap of his wrist, he replaced it on the shelf. Healer's journals littered the shelf. By far the most extensive collection within Sarth's impressive collection of books, Locklear felt a little intimidated. Unsure what titles or names would be of the most use to him, he picked the book at random and began to read. Unfortunately, much of the book he had selected was confusing or contradictory. After struggling with it for nearly half an hour, he finally gave up, putting it back on the shelf where he found it. Next book, he thought. Alright. Is still the library? Yeah, okay. Wasn't there an enter over here? Yeah. Trees whipped at their faces, mumbling about the inconvenience of castle engineers. Owen led the way to the fir-covered slope, arriving at last at the mouth of a large cave. Told you I wasn't mad, he muttered. Looks like a cave mouth. Want to have a look inside? Okay. They made their way into the blackness. Temple. They don't have a teleport thing yet. Haven't been crafted yet. The abbot came quickly. A man of advancing years, his hair and beard seemed like a snowdrift, starkly in contrast to his dark skin, which was wrinkled like carefully crafted mahogany. Shaking Locklear's hand, he greeted them as if he had known them all their lives. Welcome to Iship's Abbey, travelers. I am Father John. How may we be of assistance to you? We thought, while we were passing through, that we would come and visit the famous Abbey of Ishep at Sarth, Locklear said. We've done impressive things here. The abbot's eyes crinkled as he gave them a prideful glance. We hope to do more. We've only begun our work here. But thanks to Brother Anthony and Brother Mark, we have come a long way. Locklear bit his lip, hesitant to ask the question. Could we impose on your hospitality a bit? We have a few questions. I would love to, though alas, I have services to attend at the moment. But if you have questions, Sarth is the place to come. We have books on many things, and if you seek out Brother Mark, he can help you with many other questions. Good day to you. How much to cure this guy? 165? Yikes. He only got hit for 50 and he's dead. Oh, sure. Cure him. Owen sat up, looking around the room. He blinked at the haggard-looking healer priest who was propped up in the corner. Dimly, he recalled the events of the grueling hours which had passed. Hours in which he had thrashed on the bed as clerics chanted over him. Other times in which he had lapsed into fevered dreams filled with nightmarish creatures. You are free of your demons, the priest said with a weak smile. His voice was gravelly with exertion. It was a tough battle, but you are well enough as you are. You may go. Cool. Maybe I will buy more potions. I think it would have been cheaper to drink the potions instead of paying for that. And I think if you're doing like a speed run or something, you're supposed to buy some scrolls. I don't know which ones. Maybe not here, but there are some useful spells. We'll just have to earn our money to eat the regular way. What? How come I healed him for a bunch of money? Oh, at least he got healed that way. Okay. And let's just... Oh no. Did he take my strength? Yeah, he did. I can only do 1 damage. Oh, another 200 sword. Is that going to be better than this or not? This one's blessed. Plus 10% what? You know, we'll throw out the sword. Powder bag. Owen untied the drawstrings, which held close the pouch, and sifted through the ash-colored material within. Buried underneath was a slip of parchment on which had been shakily printed, "Throw into the face of victim, Lornus, artificial of Palanak." Artificer. That's the wrong direction, isn't it? The ashes were cold. Alright, well I guess we've probably been to this town already. Quest review, yes we have. South of Krondor. We go off the road on this side? Oh. Buckets, barrels, baskets, cans. What must you fill with empty hands? S, T, G, or A? What must you fill with empty hands? I honestly don't know. SHE, is that anything? Shed, Chev, Share. ERTH? Guess we'll write these down. Maybe I can get a notepad to appear on the stream. How hard would that be? That work? Where's the text size? Man. Oh man. I'm gonna thank you, AI powered notepad, for ruining yourself. Alright. E H E D E. Oh, A-E. What? Ah. Ooh, what happened there? Uh-oh. Alright, does that help me at all? Must you fill with empty hands? Oh, I see. It's gloves. So that did help me. Guess I'll try to sell that. What's this? Magical scroll. Skin of the dragon. We'll sell all this stuff at Sethanon, except for Skin of the Dragon. This is the Delicon note. Maybe I can sell this guy's stuff too. Alright, let's go to Krondor. We need rest. Zoom. And I think turn right. This is Krondor. Past turn. After a few minutes of traveling, the roadbed began to slope towards the sea, eventually leading through a pair of iron gates and into the majestic seat of the Principality. Krondor, Locklear said with a sigh that seemed to have indicated both relief and concern. Assassins had been sent against us. It seems a safe bet they'll be lying in wait for us between here and the palace. What's your guess, Gorth? Do we go in now or not? Let's go. There's a shop over here. There's an inn. Another shop. Sewer. Gulls wheeled in the skies over the capital of the Western Realm. Loud music. Weaving daring circles about the parapets of the palace, narrowly avoiding the prince's standards which fluttered in the salty breeze. Below, the city folk of Krondor took little notice of the majestic display as they hurried about their own affairs. Gorth snorted. The market district in Krondor, he said, containing his amusement. Why don't we just take all our possessions and give them away instead? The mockers are thick as porridge in there, and the local merchants hike up the prices accordingly. We'd be better off buying outside of the city. Sign of the Eagle. Wonder if I would have sold my stuff here if I would have got more money. How much for the whetstone? 4 royals. No. What about the inn? Rainbow Parrot. Unaware until he stepped into the room that he had been chilled, Locklear was glad to have the solid oaken door of the room closed behind him. Others within seemed likewise contented as they chatted quietly amongst themselves, taking little notice of new arrivals. Barmaid. Locklear motioned to the figure across the room. The man walked over to join them. He stood before them, eyebrows arched inquisitively. Nivik. Oh, he is not attractive. Look at that nose and eyes. Senor Locklear, good to see you. Interesting news, interesting news. Nivik, you old rascal, got your ears to the grapevine again, eh? What is it this time? I've been to see Nia at the Six Toe near Sethanon. I can't really talk about it right now. Why don't you come back later and see me? We will, good friend. Take care. Let's give everybody 7 rations. The Nightmaster looked tired. 8 sovereigns for the night, he grumbled. Oh, if you lost my beds, I'll charge you double. We'll turn you out at sunrise. Oh, there's a chamber pot in the corner if you need it. Shall I sign you for the night? Yes. I've already read this. I've already read this too. Another evening. Try the bard. Nope. Out, out, out. Only come back for food. Our shop. Stone gems. I don't have one of them keys yet. Palace. Locklear made a face as he shook the bars. For all the troubles he had been through to get them all alive to Krondor, the locked palace gate simply added insult to injury. Calling out to the gate master angrily, he pounded on the hilt of his sword against the portcullis. Stirred by the racket, a young man livered in the colors of the Krondorian lancers strode out of his watch house and squinted at them, snapping up his bardish, which leaned against the interior wall. Would you open this gate? Would you get this gate open, please? Locklear said. We have business with the prince. Can't help you, senor. The gate mechanism is broken and has been since 3 nights ago. Unless you and your companions have a mind of climbing the walls, there won't be any getting through here until we find the plans for the portcullis. The castle engineer is absolutely livid. Locklear accepted the news with irritation, but knew of nothing else that could be done. Could you go and get Prince Arutha for me? It's a rather urgent matter. Again, the guard shook his head. He's meeting with Pug of Stardock and some Serani fellow named McCullough. Gave explicit instructions he wasn't to be disturbed unless the castle was burning down around their ears. Could you at least find Senor James? The guard cut him off with a shake of his shaggy head. Been missing for 2 days. No one knows quite where he's off to, but you know how James can be. Locklear nodded. All too well. My bump of trouble tells me he's looking for whoever sabotaged the gate. Sabotaged? The gate looked puzzled. The guard looked puzzled. As if the thought hadn't occurred to him. Why would anybody do that? I'm not sure, but if the thought occurs to me, I can guarantee that it occurred to Senor James. Resheathing his sword, Locklear bid the guard farewell and motioned for his companions to follow him. I have a feeling that the only way to solve both our problems is by going through the sewers that lead beneath the city, Locklear whispered, bringing them to the northern gate. There's a secret passage that would lead us into the palace, and I also suspect that we may bump into Senor James down there as well. Into the sewers. Locklear led the way down. Twice he nearly lost his footing. I'm not looking for Discord friends, but thank you for the follow. Why did it play such a strange... Get rid of that. Was that a follow? I missed it, sorry. Didn't play the right sound. Locklear led the way down. Twice he nearly lost his footing on a treacherous climb, but at last they arrived safely on the precipice of rock just below the northern gate. Oh, I wonder if maybe it told me I finished my follow goal? That'd be great. Too thick to allow determined effort at entry, the door was probably set over the sewer entrance to prevent orders from offending visitors passing through the northern gate. Was there something hidden in the hole? $5. Locklear pulled the door open. Immediately he was overwhelmed by the stench of the sewers and looked back to Gorth for his advice. Smells awful down here. Are you sure you're ready to go in? Yes. They made their way into the reeking blackness. Figure moved in the tunnel. Seemingly having appeared from nowhere, a young boy halted them before they could make any further ahead. move any further ahead. Limb. Who be you and what do you want in the thieves' highway? I be Senior Locklear and I do whatever I will in the Prince's sewers. If you're half as intelligent as you seem, then I advise you to step out of our way. Fast with the blade I am, step any further and I'll do you, I will. The only thing you will do, my young friend, is die an unfortunate death at the point of my sword. I used to spar with Jimmy the Hand and I'm faster blade than he. Do you wish still to cross me? Jimmy the Hand? He's a legend, sire. Next you'll be telling me you've lain with the Empress Lacacia of Kesh. I'd advise you to be nice-like, however, because I got 5 blokes waiting a little down to make sure nothing happens to me, see? I don't suppose you've come on behalf of Senior James, have you? Senior James? And you don't? Well, perhaps we have. Alright then. Down the tax. If he didn't send you, you'll be answering to the upright man and not me, so I wash my hands of it. Just watch your steps down here, because there's a bit of trouble going on down here. Good day. Wait, we don't know our way around here. I look like a bloody page to you? I've got affairs of me own. What's I got to do? Let's answer a few questions. Right then, so long as you don't ask me anything, what might get me in the hots with the Knightmaster? What do you want to know? Picklocks. You wouldn't happen to have an extra set of picklocks laying about, would you? Could be I would. That would depend on what you have to offer me now, wouldn't it? How about a royal pardon the next time you end up in the hands of the city guard? Well, that'd be very nice. How about the Prince's Palace while you're at it? While you're about it? I'd be a cockle-headed and 3 pence short to buy in on a fib what like you just told. Goodness, that's hard to read. No quicker than you're out of the highway and you'd have forgotten it in a mocker minute. You'll have to do better. How about gold? That's the language. 25 golden sovereigns, take it or leave it. Okay. Deal, I'll hand over the money before we leave. Then you'll not mind me not handing over the picklocks until I have the money, will ya? What's fair, isn't it? Right. I'll be off now as I've got business with the upright man. You'll have to come and tell me more of your fables about Jimmy the Hand. Probably will. Thanks for your help. Oh, I got a stack of picklocks now. Nice. Well, we can go left, right, or straight. Let's go east first. There's a bad guy in there. The opponents were surprised. The leader of the small mob screamed orders at his companions, a mix of fear and anger apparent in his voice. Seizing the first strike opportunity, Locklear barked several quick orders and the battle was joined. Can I open the chest? I can select it. Oh no, that's just me standing there. Never mind. Well, let's wait for these guys to show up. Oh darn, they got in the spellcaster's way. Man, these guys don't miss. Good job, Owen. True Sight tea. The tea was darkish gray-black, brewed by the elves from roots unique to Elvendar. The concoction had a strong herbal aroma and was often sold as a highly priced spice. But Owen valued more its fleeting tendency to sharpen sight, a quality which an archer friend had once demonstrated. Flameroot oil, introduced to the kingdom by Ulthafane after several soldiers had been injured by frost-bladed weapons. The viscous oil could be bought as a protective coating for armor. Any frost-bladed weapon that came in contact with the brown fluid would instantly return to normal temperature. Might be good. The ladder disappeared into a small dark hole in the ceiling. Climbing several rungs, Owen turned to the others and called down. There's a locked grate up here. Shall we try to open it? Yes. They've broken the... Locklear cursed. After a long time examining the lock, he brushed the dust off his hands and knees. Someone's tampering before us has done this lock in, Locklear said. They've broken the mechanism trying to pick it. No one will be getting through that lock without a key, pick locks, or otherwise. Right, we can go left and right there, but... maybe we'll reveal it on the map by going around the room. There. Oops, wrong button. How exactly? Let's go south. Let's use one of these rings to light the place up. Now the bad guys will definitely see me coming. Well, wasn't there a chest that I didn't get in the last room? Darn. Where was the battle? Hold on a second. It's trapped. Shall we try to deactivate it? Not before I save. Trap was deactivated. Locklear breathed a sigh of relief and gently lifted the lid of the box. Uh-oh. I went a little too fast. Locklear smiled, weapons in hand. Two men stood face to face, their stubble blued faces flushed as they exchanged loud insults. You may quit now, fellows. I've seen it before, Locklear said. I'll not be jumping in to save either of your necks, and consequently, I'll not be giving either of you my pouch. Very well then, smiled one man. We'll do this the hard way. We do this the hard way. I'm the crossbow guy. That does not stack. Darn. 78 better than my bow? No. Although now, an armor. I don't know if it's worth using the whetstone for 3% on my sword. Owen get hit? Let's not sleep here. Get an uneasy feeling someone's watching us. Try picking it, but don't guarantee any success. Beyond my ability, I can't open it. Let's try the keys. Nope. Amy was not surprised. We'll have to find the key for this one, so... Doesn't fit. Key doesn't fit. This key's not gonna work. Let's try lockpick. Broke him. Alright, so that's the way out, I think. But we need to find the key. Let's try to memorize that on the map, just in case. Whoops, wrong. Oh, it's to the left of the F. Broken the mechanism. Think you can use a rope to get across this? Pit yawned before them. Careful not to edge too close and fall in. Locklear shook his head. The only way we're getting across that is to swing across it, he said, glancing up at the small hook on the ceiling, and he nodded. Apparently, we're not the only ones to have faced this dilemma. I think I could attach a rope up there. Shall we try to swing across? Yes. I'll use up this ring. Bad guy down there. Agreed to attack. Owen stumbled. As Locklear shot a disapproving glance in his direction, the enemy assumed a defensive posture, ready to meet this foiled surprise attack. Oh, these guys are black. Wearing black armor. Does that mean my ring? Yeah. Ring burnt out. Oh, there is. No wonder I couldn't see the box. They're hard to see. What else there? Broken the mechanism. Broken the mechanism. Have I gone all the way around? Yes. In that case, I haven't gone this way, right? Find that treasure chest that I left behind the first time. Should be in here, right? This. It's trapped. Boom. And Buckler near death. Owen near death. Gorth really hurt. Well, was it worth it? Skin of the Dragon I already have. 99% shell. Think we can open it without it exploding at all? One more try, one more try. Alright, we're leaving that one. Is that a circle? Yes. Wrong button. This one's off center. Is there something right there sticking up? Yeah, what is that? Transport through these sewers is strictly prohibited. Official kingdom business only. Swordsman Corby. Broken the mechanism. We have been here, but we haven't went left or right. The rest. Oops. There's dead bodies down there, probably. Where does that go? Down. Alright. Does that show up on the map? Not. A group shambled toward them. Worshippers of Guiswa? The red-jawed hunter. The group moved in a disorderly clump. The hollows underneath their vacant eyes adorned with blood-colored whorls of pigment. Displaying a three-fingered hand, a ritual mutilation of the priestly caste, a large figure rasped, "Today, Geisha orders or ordains." I didn't click, it just passed me by for some reason. The work of a wicked craftsman, the Serani coral was long, very nearly the length of a man's forearm, and twice heavier than standardized Midkemian varieties. Twin barbs swept back from its laminate point and were meant to worry a victim's wounds, inducing bleeding and eventually death. Who has more damage and less skill? Do I want that? I've got too many crossbow bolts already. Who's got that already? Alright, that's the way back. We haven't gone up there. This is a dead end. Darn it. Is this the right way? No. Who's collecting the ropes? Oh, he is anyways, okay. Uh-oh. Someone whistled. Turning around, Locklear felt a stone sink in his gullet. Fearing that they had left themselves open to attack by yet another band of Nighthawks, to his great surprise, however, a familiar friend stepped from the shadows. James. But the 12 gods, Locklear. Your hair. It's just like you, Jimmy. I haven't seen you in 7 months. Then I rescue you from a band of Nighthawks, and the first thing you want to talk about is the bloody change of hair color. What is going on around here? The front gate is smashed, and there are Nighthawks loose in the sewers. Not Nighthawks, imposters. Someone has been trying to convince Prince Arutha that the Guild of Death has re-established operations here in Krondor and is using the sewers as their hideout, hoping that the Lancers will come down and clean out the place. In doing so, I think whoever is running this game hopes the Lancers will root out the mockers while they are at it. What? Take out the Guild of Thieves? Doesn't seem likely from all the things you've told me from your days as a mocker. More to the point, we know now a few of the Nighthawks escaped to Romney when we smashed them up after their affair with Princess Anita. They certainly won't dare tread Krondor Street for a while yet. I've been tracking around down here trying to find out more when I ran into those fellows. So why haven't you come back so soon to Krondor? So why have you come back so soon to Krondor? Lucky? I thought you were going to be gone another 4 months or so. I've got bad news from the Northlands. Looks like the Dark Brothers are stirring again. They raised Murma and Damas's battle standards over Sargoth, and there's a Moradel army gathering to attack the kingdom. The Moradel used to be one of their clan chieftains, something of a hero. This Moradel, something of a hero during the Rift War against the Serani too. I thought Prince Arutha would be interested in talking to him. I don't like this, Loki. The Moradel stirring again in the north, and someone mimicking the Guild of Death. My bump of trouble says that things are going to get far worse before they get better. I assume since you're down here that you're trying to get into the palace the way I showed you a few years ago? Yes, I think I would have to pry off the grate somehow, but if you have the key, it would save me a great deal of trouble. Still on me, it's all yours. I can find my own way into the palace. I'm going to creep around a while longer down here and see if I can unravel this particular mystery. Suit yourself. I, for one, am anxious to get out of this hole. Come and get me for breakfast tomorrow after I've spoken to Prince Arutha. Cool. Gonna run around. Broken the mechanism. Is this the key? World key of Krondor. Locklear turned the tear-shaped key over. The Prince of Krondor standard, he said, indicating the I don't know what that word is, bas-relief image of the eagle soaring high over a mountain's peak. I could see why thieves might be interested in getting hold of a key that opens every door in the Prince's palace. We didn't go to the second level of the sewers yet either. Swing across. Whee! Oh, it's a dead end. That was dumb. We're gonna use up another rope? Like, do I have 13 ropes now instead of 15? Oh, it does every time. Yep. Okay. Let's go to the second level of the sewers, which is over there. Made a wrong turn. Wrong button. They descended the stairwell. Halfway down the spiral, they discovered a heavy iron door which prevented them from moving any further downward. Looks like it's rusted shut, Locklear said, examining the reddish dust which caked the lock. Excuse me. No going further for the time being. Disheartened, he led the way back up to the mouth of the stairwell. Okay, so we gotta go all the way over to here, I think? Yeah. And we better watch out for the pit. So we'll make a left, and then a left, and then a left. 3 lefts. Don't fall in the pit. This should be the left. Was this the second left? Ah. That's supposed to be dripping pipes or something. Seems like I'm lost. I think this is it. Yes. Very special key. With a pleasant click, the key turned in the metal lock. Locklear turned to his companions and motioned them to follow him up the ladder. This will be chapter 2. The gate swung open. Revolted by the thick scent of excrement in the chamber, Locklear hastened to the ladder affixed on the far wall and descended its filth-slick rungs. Behind him, Gorth and Owen reluctantly did likewise, gaffing on the noxious vapors in the shaft. This is nothing, Locklear grunted, shoving upwards against the grating. All the windows in the palace are open right now. You ought to smell it in the winter. Darkness surrounded them as they slithered out of the privy, their only impressions of the chamber provided by the faint flicker of distant firelight. 10 yards before them, the hall joined with an elaborate colonnade stretching in either direction. Somehow I hadn't pictured my first visit to Krondor like this. Owen sighed. That music is loud. Everybody can hear me all right. Owen sighed, falling blindly into step behind Gorth and the seigneur. What, you didn't like the romantic tour? Locklear chuckled. Not many people get to see that way into the palace. Drawing up short, Locklear's features brightened as he observed a pair of approaching figures lost in conversation. Self-conscious of his bedraggled condition, he straightened his uniform and cleared his throat with a stentorian air. I don't even know what that word means. Thank you for telling me you could hear me. Greetings, Prince Arutha and Master Magician Pug. Arutha. As glad as I am at the sight of you safely home again, Locklear, I can't say that my nose is as well pleased. I thought we had broken you and Seigneur James of clamoring around in the sewers. You know the way of old habits, Highness. We encountered a bit of trouble with the gates, and so I chose a more expedient, though somewhat more disagreeable path. I came to a happy end. It came to a happy end, however. James told us to send word that he is well and would see you in the morning. Incurable sewer rats, the both of you. I shall have to order that each of you be accompanied by a score of washing maidens to keep you presentable enough for court. Welcome home, Lockie. Thank you. As happy as I am to be here, I'm afraid I've come with bad news from the Northlands. I expected as much. With the false nighthawks prowling my streets above and below, it can only mean the Moradel are up to their old mischief. What do you know? Motioning to Gorth, Locklear introduced the former Moradel chieftain with a wave. Slowly, Gorth lowered his hood. The gasps and startled reactions of those crowding the hall helped mask the stealthy entrance of the second Moradel in the chamber, this one armed with a longbow. Assassin, get down! Chapter 2, Shadow of the Nighthawks. Whisper led him through madness. He stumbled forward with unfamiliar feet 10 times too small to belong to a warrior. There were lights on the hills around him, fires, voices shouting through a downpour of sloshing hoofbeats. He reached for his sword, then remembered he hadn't had a sword that night. He had only been a boy of 12 midsummers, only a boy, and yet he led the ragged remains of his father's tribe. Who leads the Moradel? The whispering voice insisted in his head. I must see more. Years, a river of men, coursed together in a bleeding tide, and he was amidst them. Screams rang, a howling figure silhouetted himself against the moon and brandished a bloody sword aloft. The wolfish figure screamed words of wrath and damnation as he cleaved his way through his Moradel brothers. He was Delicon, former general of Myrmendamus, leader of the unified tribes of the Northland, and he was the enemy, Gorth. The memory detonated in a million fading thoughts, each fleeing after the faint echoes of a weak whisper. Before him now there was a new image, the face of a fair young girl whose pale blue eyes watched him with weary interest. There were others too, all seated like himself around a polished council table, all studying, all dissecting, and Gorth was the object of their scrutiny. I can't find the truth, my prince, the tired girl whispered finally, quietly. His mind is chaotic. Alright, thanks for hanging out, Cyrus. His mind is chaotic. I find images, but I cannot hold them long enough to understand. Narrowing his dark eyes, Prince Arutha glared at Gorth. He hides his thoughts. Gorth is a Moradel. Pug quickly interceded for his exhausted daughter. Even with Gamina's exceptional talent for sensing thoughts, his mind may have many innate psychic defenses. I may need to send for one of my advanced students. No need to disturb studies, Master Magician Pug. The Moradel speaks truly. Council members exchanged surprised glances, then turned their attention to the aged magician seated next to Pug. Lowering his eyes, the man made a dismissive gesture. Forgive me, I do not mean to presume, but I have looked into his mind as well, McCullough continued. War in the kingdom would have many wide-ranging effects, not the least of which could lead to a disruption of trade between our two worlds. My Emperor of Suranani, I don't know, would be most displeased if our rift-making secrets were seized by barbarians in warfare. Gorth glowered at the Surani magician. Trading agreements notwithstanding, the Moradel watch your borders, Nighthawks spy on your imperial cousins, and before the snows there shall be an army come to the kingdom. Heed my words, Prince of Krondor, you must prepare your troops. Anger flashed in the thunderheads of Arutha's eyes, and he rose to his feet. What I must or must not do will not be dictated by a dissident Moradel. If not for Locklear's good faith in you, I would have had your head staked on a pole and paraded up and down the low quarters of Krondor once I saw you. I've been tolerant while I listened to your vague speculations based on incidental, half-heard conversations, but how am I to believe what you say? What evidence have you laid before this council to prove what Delicon intends to do? What evidence? I bear the humiliation of betraying my vow as a Moradel, and the indignity of surrendering to a sworn enemy. Why betray Delicon to the Kingdom of the Isles? Of what benefit is it to you to snare him? He is leader in name only. However, a bitter draught Delicon may be for your kith and kin to drink, magician. His rule is black poison in the gullets of me and mine. Already he enslaves my cousins and rapes the land. Bloody his nose, Prince of Krondor. Blunt his swords, and the unified tribes will cast him down in wrath. Let him cross your northern border, however, and 10 other clans will join their strength to his, and the legacy of Myrmidonus will be but a spark next to his glory. Where would you have me send my troops, if indeed he intends to strike against one of our northernmost possessions? Which castle shall I garrison for the attack? High Castle? Iron Pass? North Warden? If I'm to fight a war by my teeth, tell me where you would have me fight it. Would that I could tell you. Delicon holds in good confidence only a handful of cowering dogs, and among them only a few are privy to his war plans. His private councils are restricted to choice individuals. His advisors, Nereb and Nago, his mistress, Laulan, and his son, Mora Ulf, and the Nighthawks. He keeps foul company, that leader of yours. Your Highness, if you give me leave, I believe I can find the evidence of Delicon's intent. I will need someone to accompany me to Romney and supplies for my journey and a small parcel of gold. Romney? What do you think you can find in a provincial river town in the heart of the kingdom? I aim to catch a bird in flight. Of late, Delicon has emptied a good deal of his treasury to revive the service of the Nighthawks. In exchange, he has demanded tactical information about kingdom holdings. He turned the Guild of Assassins into a guild of spies? Only for a time. Although the payments have been left in various hidden locales, the messengers were always sent to a rendezvous in Romney. If I go there, I may be able to intercept information concerning a forthcoming attack. Would such evidence suffice? Perhaps. Damn me, but I don't trust you, Gorth. How do I know that this isn't a plot of yours? We can weigh the evidence to our heart's content, and your cousins could be slitting the throats of my serfs as we sit dawdling. Go to Romney, and you will provide for yourself. If this is part of some secret Moradel scheme, I'll not look the fool before the world, Pug. Unroll the map for me. The scroll smelled of dust, scrawled in chicken scratches and spider webs. Tiny lines staggered across the moth-eaten paper, indicating the paths that were the major roads within the kingdom. Pointer in hand, Arutha bent over the map and pointed to a large black dot. We are here in Krondor. At dawn tomorrow, you will leave through the main gate and rendezvous with your escort, Senor James. I know you might have preferred Locklear's company, but he has business elsewhere. You will head to Romney, providing one of Delicon's assassins doesn't slit your throat first. You should reach the Ursine Ford within the month. In Romney, you will join a special detachment of King Liam's soldiers staying at the Black Sheep Tavern. They may be of service to you. Nodding, Gorth took in Arutha's advice, listening studiously as the prince reviewed... Is it studiously? 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 No. As the prince reviewed the details. If you find evidence, I will act only when James has conveyed the information to me. Is that clear? Only when I receive James's word. Until then, I wait. Understood, Gorth replied. Good, Prince Arutha replied, slapping the surface of the table with his palm. Looking around the council chamber, he noted the worried expressions of all who sat around the map. Why don't you let Gamina and McCall show you around Krondor? I have a few things I need to consider alone. Reading the offer as a polite dismissal, the Warren Council members began to file out the door, and most glad to be on their feet again following the grueling session. As Pug passed by, however, Arutha snagged his sleeve and drew him back to the table. If you don't mind, I would have your counsel, Cousin Pug. Certainly, Pug replied, resuming his seat. I am all attention. Uh-oh. The graphics, no. As I see it, Dalikon could have 2 potential targets for attack in this kingdom. High Castle and North Warden. His fortress at Sargoth is 300 miles to the north, and I doubt he has the resources to defend a line that long. So attack at North Warden seems unlikely, leaving High Castle, which is a viable alternative, but neither target seems to have an obvious goal. I know you are no field strategist, and you hate to become involved in state matters, but I should like you to delay your return to your home at Stardock for a while. I feel ill at ease. You are not alone in that. I too sense something unusual in the air, but I won't ascribe it to anything as dire as magic. More likely we suffer from bad soup. Feelings aside, I will call up the militia reserves from Melons Cross, Darkmoor, and Lighton and join them to a detachment of Krondorian lancers just outside of Dimwood. James will send word to me there. What of the garrison? It will remain in place. I have considered the option of a full push south, and it seems unlikely. I will give Dalikon nothing. Our agreement remains. Now we wait. Gods help Goreth if he betrays us to the Mordell. The majesty of the palace was impressive, drawing appreciative glances of astonishment from all as they wound through room after room of banquet halls, reception areas, and at last a colorfully decorated gymnasium before entering the throne chambers of the Prince of Krondor. Back to the sewer. Enter. Pleasure to see you again, James. Mine is the greater pleasure, my lady. Is Pug about? You've just missed him. He and McCullough went off to discuss magic someplace, and if I know my husband, that means I won't see him for a few days, even on holiday. He can't seem to take his mind away from art that long. In many ways, he and the prince are much alike. Where's Arutha anyways? Out with his twins and Princess Anita. It seems your famed luck is running thin today. Quite the contrary, for I still have your company, if I may have a moment. Much time as you need. What may I do for you? So when do I get to meet this stunning daughter of yours? I've heard quite a bit about Gamina, but I've been too busy to make the time to meet her. I imagine you will see her as soon as I do. She's more than likely trailing Pug and McCall about the palace. Any opportunity to hear her father discuss magic, and she's immediately at his side. Then, too, maybe she's hiding away from Arutha's twins. She's not interested in boys yet. Magic supplies. You know, quite a few of the artificers in Stardock have begun exporting their goods from the Academy. Are there any good places to buy magical items near here? The most notable one that's close is a little place called Stardock Annex at the Bishop of Ishap at Sarth. Officially, they have no ties with the Academy, but there's not much we can do to keep them from using the name. There's also a fellow by the name of Daba who buys from us, but he lives a long distance from here, out north of Romney, if I recall. Bye. The room was cramped. Locky, James muttered, looking through the seigneur's personal effects piled in disorganized heaps. You may be a fine swordsman, but your personal organization leaves quite a bit to be desired. Right then. I can't carry it. Guess I don't need that many arrows. I don't need this whetstone. I can carry one more item. Should I sell this sword? Maybe I can get some good money for it. And that armor. Oops, I didn't want to do that. I guess that's good enough. It could be seen. James halted the party to consider. Let's not give Delicon any more help than he needs. We leave through the palace's main gates. We might as well have trumpeters going before us and announcing the fact to everyone within the Kingdom of the Isles. The sewers are probably our best option. Back through the sewer. James pulled the grate open. Immediately he was overwhelmed with the stench of the sewers and looked back to Gorth for his advice. Smells awful down there. Are you sure you're ready to go in? Yes. Made their way into the reeking blackness. Thought Owen would come with me. Could be wrong, I guess. That's been 2 hours, so thanks for watching, and thanks for the follows and the likes and pressing all the buttons. And if you want to see more episodes or more of the games I play, you should check out the live tab on my YouTube that also has there's playlists over there with the games are in. So Fallout 2 has a playlist of, like, I don't know, a dozen videos or something like that. So you don't have to go searching through the live tab for it. Anyway, yeah, thanks for watching. We'll probably see you tomorrow for 2 more hours of Betrayal at Krondor, where we start chapter 2, I guess, with the reading finished. All right, peace, love you, see you next time.